As parents, we've got lots of questions about how to access services in order to keep our suicidal youth safe. Youth, parents, service providers, and experts in suicide prevention have come together to share with us what they found most helpful and most hopeful in their journeys, and to reassure us that we are not alone.
As a teenager, I wasn't the most aware of the services that we had in the city. I only really became aware of the services that we had when I'd realized that I was suicidal and ended up in hospital. So I maybe, if anything, wish that I'd known more about the resources and wasn't just being navigated through the children's hospital, but maybe more so psychiatrists or counselors outside of that beforehand. And it's hard as a child because you have to alert your family in order to get those services. So I think that was my struggle or barrier, was actually telling my family that I was unwell, because I didn't really even know how to comprehend that as a young adult, a young child. So
you have to do everything you can as a parent to get access to services for your child as early as you can. And part of the challenge is finding out what services are available. Often the sort of obvious points of contact, like your family doctor, don't know what services are available. So I found you just have to ask, and you have to keep asking, and you have to push, and you should get on every waiting list you can get on. And don't worry about the fact that when you finally get up, and it's your turn, your child's needs may have changed. Just be on that list, because it may take you 6 months, a year to get service.
The first thing I looked for was a quick fix. I wanted it stopped. I wanted it all over. I wanted to be in control. And I learned very quickly that there is no quick fix.
Big key is persistence. Don't stop looking. If one doesn't work for you, keep trying, because eventually you will find the one service that will work for you, or sometimes you need multiple services.
You have to be persistent both in going to the services and asking for what it is you actually need. And that's really challenging for a lot of folks, because again, the persistence piece is you may have to do it over and over again until you find the right fit.
I needed to really learn about the importance of, those triple P's: persistence, preparation, patience, and it's just a whole different world of compassion. It's looking at it differently and realizing it's not my crisis, it's his, and how to best help him through that.
People would always encourage you to find other services that might be able to help you, and it's not always that they are able to help you. You have to feel comfortable with who it is that you're talking to or calling as well.
Unfortunately, the healthcare system is very disjointed, and there are all sorts of reasons and opportunities to fall through cracks, and it's up to the parents usually, or the caregiver, to be the one who can provide the background to whichever service provider you're seeing at the time. So that can be things about your medication history, what medications you've tried, what the reactions have been. It can be things about behavior. They may see something and think, well, that's normal, but you know your kid better than anyone, and you may know it's not normal. And so you have to sort of support the supports, so to speak.
In the emergency room, when you go, they'll give you a list of services that are, they'll send you home with a sheet with a list of services. That's a starting point for sure. But also there are little pearls of wisdom that you can gain from other parents who are struggling with similar situations with their kids and their loved ones. And these are bits of information that come out in the course of support sessions or courses or learning workshops or so that are sponsored by a variety of mental health organizations in the city that you live in.
One thing I did was I was very open about the situation I was experiencing with my child, and was able to get referrals of different services through various friends. Sometimes it's difficult to share these experiences with people, but I found it was helpful for me to let people know we're struggling with something, and maybe there's, other people have other experiences, and they can say, well, here's a really good resource you can start with, and so I found that really helpful.
Don't be scared to access services. Like, honestly, sometimes you'll be surprised who you stumble upon, who you're talking to. They might have, the same experience you've had, but I would say, like, don't be scared to access services at all.
Honestly, it's never gonna be comfortable at first. It's very anxiety provoking, so you just gotta hit it head on, and like I mentioned, use your family supports if you do have them. Maybe if not family, a friend, but just putting your foot forward and just getting in the door is the first step, so yeah.
Visit the resources on Plio's website at plio.on.ca for more information on this important topic. And please reach out, because you know that together we can do so much to help our families move forward.